Good morning, and how the devil are you? Welcome to another Facebook Live. It's a glorious day again, isn't it? So actually, you know what? There you go. It's very sunny outside our window. Anyway, welcome along to another Facebook Live. And this morning, I wanted to cover off one of the blogs that I've just recently written about where you should stick it. And I do mean your social media content. I don't mean anything else. So let's just settle that now. So yeah, where should you stick it? That is the big question. I get asked that quite a lot actually, especially when I'm working with new clients and stuff like that. They're very worried about where they should put their social media, where they should be talking to people. And it's a bit of an open question, really. It's a bit of a difficult one to answer. So sit yourself comfortably. Over the next 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to try and cover this off a little bit for you. So the main thing to remember is if you've got the time or maybe a bit of money to spend and get somebody to help you out with it, definitely you should be looking at trying to put your social media content everywhere and in every format, because what you're trying to do is remove the friction that is normally created by just putting your content out in one single format. So if you just put your content out as a blog, the chances are you're going to be alienating a whole bunch of people who don't like to sit down and read. To be honest, I'm one of them. I actually bought a book the other day on my phone, thought I'd bought the audiobook. I've actually bought the proper reading version. I've not even looked at it because I just like to listen to stuff as I'm doing bits and pieces. So yeah, try not to create friction. So if you possibly can do, you should be creating blogs, videos, memes, podcasts, as much content as you possibly can do. And if you've got the time or the money or the inclination, then that's where you should be heading. However, if you don't have the money, if you're just starting out, and this is the big thing for a lot of small businesses, is they don't have the cash to spend on everything that everybody thinks they should be having. When you start out as a small business, this is something I found massively, is everybody's there with their hand out, pay me some money and I'll give you some information, which is why what I do and what I give you is absolutely free. I don't charge anything for this knowledge because you could go out into the public domain and find it out for yourself. So why should you have to pay for it? So that's why I do this for free. And this is where I think you should be going with your social media. If you don't have the time and you don't have the money, try to find the 3 social media channels where your audience are currently. The chances are they're going to be on Facebook, because pretty much everybody on the planet uses Facebook in some format or another. I'm just going to stop this light because it's actually flashing away and probably very disturbing on the side of my face, looking like I'm suddenly in a rave. Anyway, so try and find the 3 places where your audience are. Like I say, Facebook is going to be one of them. There's no doubt in my mind your audience will be there. If you don't believe your audience is there, test it, try it. Just give it a go, but not a month or 2 months. Actually give it a prolonged bit of effort and actually see if your audience might be actually on Facebook. They could be on LinkedIn. They could also be on Twitter, although that's a very, very saturated marketplace. So you need to be very clever about how you use Twitter. They could be on Snapchat. They could be on Instagram. They could be on Pinterest. They could be on Medium. They could be listening to podcasts. They could be on iTunes, Spotify, Sound. There's so many different places where your audience could potentially be. So that's why I try to say, look, try and hit everything if you possibly can do. But if you can't, try and find those 3 places where they're using it. And most importantly, which I mentioned in the blog, is try and find out when they're using it, because there's absolutely no point in posting a piece of content on, say, LinkedIn, where your audience is huge, but posting it at a time when they're not likely to be using that social medium channel. So if your audience are all American and they're posting and replying to people's comments and all that kind of thing at, say, 2 o'clock in the morning GMT time, what is the point in posting your content at 5 o'clock in the afternoon GMT time? Because they're likely to not see it because it'll just get swallowed up by the feed of content that is going out. So really try and find where they are and when they're actually going to be on. Hopefully before any of that you also know who they are as well. That would be handy too. So it seems a little bit convoluted and it is hard work. You need to put a little bit of research in. Your audience might just be on all the time, and then you need to try and think about the factors of when they're most active, rather than just actually I could post here and there and everywhere. But yeah, just who they are, when they're on, and where they are as well. Those three things, try to find the 3 social media channels that they're actually using, and you'll be on to an absolute winner. However, like I say, if you can, post everywhere and post everything. Remove that friction. Stop people not wanting to consume your content and not wanting to digest your content, because if you do a blog, they may not want to read it. If you do a video, they may not want to see it. If you do memes, they may not like the photographs you've chosen, or may not choose to use the social media channels that you're putting them out on. If you do a podcast, they may not like your voice. So if you can kind of take away any friction at all, chances are they're going to digest your content, get some value out of it, and become raving fans. And that's what you really, really want. Hopefully this has been a relatively valuable social media piece of content for you guys, a good Facebook Live. If you've got any questions at all, as always, you can either drop me an email, I'll put the link in the section below, or you can just drop a comment downstairs in that bit down here, where you can't see, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. But until next time, thank you very much for watching this Facebook Live. It's just a shorty, a quickie, but quite an important subject, because I keep getting asked about it quite a lot by people. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.